Acolyting is an important part of the Lutheran worship and a student's faith journey. As you are preparing for your confirmation, you will be required to serve as an acolyte. I'm Emily, Minister to Youth and Young Adults, and I would like to share with you some important things to keep in mind before and during your time serving as an acolyte. Acolytes are worship leaders, so when it is time for you to serve, make sure you dress appropriately and look neat. Your shoes will always be seen, so make sure you wear shoes that are nice and easy to walk in. No flip-flops. High heels are not recommended because of the stairs and having to walk carrying the cross or banner. Do not wear anything too bulky, such as hoodies. It can get warm up front with the robe on, and it can bunch up underneath the robe. Before the service, make sure you arrive 20 minutes before the service start time, and check in with the elder when you arrive. Traditional services dress in robes, so pick out a robe that fits you. Pick ones that cover all the way down to your shin, but should not cover your ankles. Tie the ropes around your waist. To tie the ropes, fold it in half, wrap around your waist, and make a loop. Then slip the knotted ends through the loop and tighten around your waist. The knot should fall on the left hip. There is a chart to the left of the door inside the vestry if you need help. Then, light the candles. The lighters for the candle lighters are in the drawers in the sacristy. Adjust the length of the taper and light it with the lighter. Carry the candle lighter to the altar. Bow to the altar. Then light the candles. Put out the candle lighters by pulling the pin. Bow to the altar again and return the candle lighter to the sacristy. In the traditional services, we have a processional. So at all 8 a.m. services and 9:30 a.m. services on the first and third week of the month, one acolyte will carry the cross and one will carry the banner to process in. The cross goes first. The cross bearer will continue up the steps, then turn towards the congregation. Wait until the pastors bow to the altar before posting the cross in the stand and clamping it tightly. The banner bearer continues to the banner stand to place the banner and bow before stepping up onto the platform. Each acolyte sits in the seat that's closest to the item that they carry. In the contemporary worship services, we do not have a processional. So at 9:30 services on the second and fourth week of the month, and at all 11 o'clock services, acolytes take their seat once the candles are lit. If the cross is not placed where it should be, retrieve it from the stand in the coat closet and put it on the stand up front. During the service, there are a few things you will have to do. First, during the offering, bring a stack of the offering plates from the window ledge behind the altar to the approaching ushers. Then return to your seats. During the traditional services, as ushers come back forward with the plates, meet them to collect the plates and return them to the ledge by the window. During the contemporary services, acolytes should remain seated. Second, during the communion, join communion assistants standing in front of the altar to receive a blessing or communion if you've taken the early communion class. At 8 a.m., follow servers along the communion rail to receive empty individual cups, turning it so that the empty spots face those placing their cups in. Once the tray is full, give it to the elder and receive a new empty tray. At 9:30 and 11 o'clock, acolytes will watch those holding the trays of individual cups and switch out the full and empty trays. Following communion, help put all the communion items neatly on the table behind the altar. Then stand with the communion assistants for dismissal. Bow and return to your seat. Lastly, during the recessional, in the traditional services near the end of the first verse of the closing hymn, the banner bearer should retrieve the banner and move toward the center aisle, and the cross bearer should bring the cross forward to prepare for the recessional. The pastor will motion for the cross bearer to begin the recessional, and the banner carrier will fall in behind the cross and in front of the pastor. The cross bearer will stand at the doors, and the banner bearer will stand to the side of the doors, turning to face the congregation. Then the pastor will dismiss the congregation, and the organist will finish out the postlude. The acolytes remain seated during the contemporary services. After the service, when the postlude ends, the banner is returned to its stand, and the cross is placed in one of its stands. That means after the 8 a.m. service on the first and third Sunday of the month, the cross should be returned to the stand in the coat closet for the processional at the 9:30 service. On all other occasions, the cross should be returned to the stand in front of the sanctuary. Acolytes should then extinguish the candles and after the traditional service, hang robes up neatly. You may be assigned to serve in a special service. If you are serving for Christmas, Easter, Advent, Good Friday, or if there is a baptism during the service, you should check with the pastor or the elder ahead of time about any additional tasks for that service. They will direct you what to do. Keep in mind that you are helping the pastor, the elder, and the congregation in the worship of our Lord. So this is an opportunity to serve God and the congregation, and it should be approached with the servant's heart and with thankfulness. I hope this video will give you a good idea of what to expect as you acolyte. You can always ask the pastor, the worship assistant, or elders if you have any questions before the service. You can sign up for a time to serve using the Sign Up Genius, which is linked on the church website. God's blessings, and thank you for joining our Acolyte team.